Hi, my name is Sarish Sudhakaran, and in this video, we'll analyze the cinematography of Dean Cundey. The goal is to break down his technique so you have a starting place to learn more about his work. Dean Cundey made model sets and shot with his dad's 8mm camera when he was a kid. He subscribed to the American Cinematographer magazine to learn the inner workings of the film process and studied in UCLA, where among others he was also taught by the great James Wong Hoh. Ho's technique and philosophy was what inspired Cundey to take up cinematography seriously. In his early days, Dean Cundey worked on makeup, effects, and as a gaffer, until he finally landed the top job when the main cameraman couldn't show up. He worked on 15 or so B-level action movies, girls in bikinis with machine guns, he calls it, even a couple under the great Roger Corman. During this period, he learned the art of lighting fast and efficiently telling stories. He purchased a lighting and grip truck and had a crew on hand, and this gave him an advantage to being hired for low-budget projects. They literally hired him because he was fast and cheap. Ultimately, through Deborah Hill's script supervisor, he was introduced to John Carpenter for Halloween. Their groundbreaking collaboration changed the trajectory of his career, and he started working on bigger productions. If you watch his interviews online, you'll realize he has a great dry sense of humor, and he maintains the utmost importance of involving your crew in your process so they can contribute their best. He's also strong-willed. He rejected Spielberg twice. First when he was offered Poltergeist, and second for The Lost World. In between, they worked on numerous productions that are some of the finest movies ever made. Dean Cundey's speed, dependability, and expertise with lighting for special effects and animation gave him an edge in those days. A great example is Jurassic Park. It was his decision to light the dinosaurs realistically, bringing out the textures and making them more lifelike and menacing. Even today, Jurassic Park stands scrutiny and is a tremendous visceral experience, and the lighting style in the movie plays a significant role in how we approach it emotionally. The Thing, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Casper, Flubber, Jurassic Park, and of course, the Back to the Future trilogy. It is hard to imagine today if you haven't lived through that era, but these were groundbreaking movies, pushing the technological envelope with limited resources, one pixel at a time. For the John Carpenter films, he shot anamorphic, with Panavision cameras and lenses. He also shot a lot of spherical, and Kodak was his stock of choice. For the visual effects plates, he shot VistaVision. Recently, he has shot with both Red and Arri Alexa digital cameras. One of the cool exposure tricks he learned early on was to squint with one eye so he could guesstimate what it would look like on film. Dean Cundey thrives on challenging independent projects where lighting can be used to tell a story. One great example is from The Thing, where during the blood test scene, the individual without the catchlight in the eye is the odd one out. He's interested in how to use the camera and the image to draw people into the story, to create the mood and influence the emotional response of the audience. He hates creating pretty pictures for their own sake. On exteriors, he typically backlights with the face in shadow. Sometimes a rim light separates the character from the background. He isn't afraid of using hard light. One of the most striking aspects of his cinematography is that he's unafraid to use saturated colors. One of the things I remember the most about Jurassic Park is the use of colors in the early half of the film, before all hell breaks loose. He also uses color separation often by lighting faces warmer and having the shadow side cooler. The contrast ratio is usually high. However, recently with modern work, he has transitioned to softer lighting. When he lights faces, mostly it's in the 3/4 lighting pattern, sometimes with a kicker. One signature technique of his is the use of the light sandwich, with kickers on both sides. Dean Cundey is one cinematographer who uses cookies and Venetian blind effects quite liberally. Whenever you have a plain and boring background wall, cookies are a great way to introduce depth and interest. He goes out of his way to bring out textures and avoids lighting flatly. If you're looking for work as a beginner, he has one of the best pieces of advice you'll ever get, which is to take any job you can get and never ask how much it pays. Worrying about money before you have credentials is putting the cart before the horse. If you want the list of movies in this video along with all my research material and additional notes, then check out the link in the description. I hope this brief video makes you curious enough to learn more about the brilliant cinematography of Dean Cundey. The best way to learn more about him is to watch his movies, and from some of his interviews online. He also conducts workshops occasionally, so don't miss out if you ever have the opportunity. If you enjoyed this video and want more, please subscribe now. After you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell you'll see on the right so that you won't miss any new videos.